A quiet shift is taking place in modern warfare, and most people never see it coming. While the world watches familiar battlefields and rising tensions, a new generation of military technology is quietly reshaping the balance of power. Israel's latest defense breakthrough has drawn global attention not because of loud announcements, but because of the speed, precision, and strategic impact it quietly delivers. For decades, Israel has operated under intense security pressure. Surrounded by conflict zones and evolving threats, the country built its defense strategy on early warning, rapid response, intelligence dominance, and technological adaptation. What makes this recent breakthrough different is not only what it does, but how it changes the logic of modern defense planning. This new development is not just a single weapon or platform, it represents a full system approach. Sensors, artificial intelligence, networked command systems, precision response. Each part works independently, but together they function as a single digital nervous system for national defense. Military analysts worldwide are paying attention. Not because it changes one battle, but because it changes how future wars may even begin. To understand the importance of this moment, we must look back. Israel's defense industry grew out of necessity. Early wars were fought with limited resources and urgent improvisation. Over time, this forced innovation became a national strength. Instead of matching quantity with quantity, Israel focused on quality, speed, and information. From early tank upgrades to advanced fighter avionics and integrated missile defense, the pattern remained consistent. Detect early, decide fast, act precisely. The new breakthrough follows that same philosophy. But now it adds something unprecedented: automation at strategic scale. Artificial intelligence not only assisting decisions but shaping how threats are evaluated before human operators even react. This does not remove human control, but it compresses time in a way never seen before. Threat detection that once took minutes now happens in seconds. Target classification becomes instant. Threat prioritization occurs before warnings even reach command centers. This reshapes how defense works at the deepest level. One of the most significant aspects of this breakthrough is how it blends multiple domains into one operational picture: air, land, sea, space, cyber, all feeding into a unified decision system. A missile launch is not seen as just a dot on a radar. It becomes part of a predictive model that estimates intent, trajectory, and strategic risk in real time. This is not science fiction. It is already being tested inside real defense networks. What shocks many observers is how quietly this transformation happened. There was no dramatic unveiling, no major political spectacle. Instead, upgrades appeared gradually through software updates, sensor replacements, and integration trials. The system matured in silence before suddenly showing results too significant to ignore. Global powers now face a new reality. Technical superiority is no longer defined only by speed, range, or firepower. It is defined by decision speed, by the ability to understand a battlefield before it fully unfolds. This creates both strategic stability and new risks. On one hand, early detection and rapid interception reduce civilian danger. Defensive systems working at machine speed leave less time for uncontrolled escalation. That saves lives. On the other hand, faster decision cycles reduce political and diplomatic reaction windows. When machines compress time, leaders have fewer moments to pause. That is where global concern grows. From a humanitarian perspective, this technology is deeply complex. Its primary promise is protection. By identifying threats sooner and responding with precision, it lowers collateral damage risks. Evacuations can happen faster. Interceptors can engage earlier. Defensive responses become more selective. Yet, the same speed that enhances protection could one day accelerate escalation if not carefully governed. This is where global responsibility becomes critical. International defense analysts now study Israeli test results closely, not to copy every design, but to understand how future conflict environments may evolve. Smaller nations with limited territory now see the value of integrated early warning and automated defense. Larger powers recognize that even massive forces can be outweighed by superior information fusion. Strategically, this breakthrough shifts deterrence itself. Traditionally, deterrence relied on visible strength and slow-moving escalation ladders. Now deterrence increasingly depends on invisible networks and predictive dominance. An adversary must calculate not only what might be intercepted, but whether their intentions will be recognized before they act. This uncertainty reshapes conflict planning across entire regions. Another key element is adaptability. Unlike earlier systems that required full hardware replacement for major upgrades, this new framework is software-driven. Algorithms evolve constantly. Threat libraries update daily. Machine learning refines detection by analyzing vast volumes of live data. This creates a defense system that grows over time rather than ages. Yet even with this technological edge, human judgment remains central. Operators still decide escalation thresholds. Commanders still authorize responses. Civilian oversight still governs strategic policy. Technology accelerates options, but responsibility remains human. This balance between automation and accountability defines the ethical frontier of modern warfare. Historically, every major military breakthrough has triggered global reactions. Tanks, aircraft, radar, nuclear power, cyber warfare, each transformed the rules of conflict. Israel's newest development fits into this pattern. Not as a single weapon, but as a system-level evolution, the world now watches closely. Allies seek partnership. Adversaries adjust strategies. Defense planners reconsider assumptions made over decades. Yet behind all the analysis and speculation lies a deeper truth. Most of these technologies never aim for public recognition. Their success is measured in what never happens, missiles that never strike, cities that never evacuate, conflicts that never escalate beyond their earliest detection stage. Silence becomes the true achievement. Still, no system is perfect. Engineers acknowledge limits. Algorithms depend on data quality. Electronic warfare continues to evolve. Countermeasures grow more complex. This keeps innovation in constant motion. Defense becomes a cycle of adaptation rather than a final solution. From a global perspective, the real question is not who owns the most advanced system. It is how quickly international norms adapt to machines, speed defense environments, arms control treaties, confidence. Building measures and crisis communication tools were designed for slower eras. They now face an unprecedented timing challenge. Economically, this breakthrough also reshapes defense markets. Sensor fusion, artificial intelligence, and automated command systems are now valued as highly as vehicles and missiles. Smaller tech firms become strategic assets. Civilian technologies increasingly cross into military use. This makes modern defense less about factories and more about data. Public discussion often simplifies these developments into dramatic headlines. But the reality is far more layered. Progress brings protection. It also brings uncertainty. Security improves. Complexity increases. For civilians living under constant threat, these systems offer reassurance. Early warning means time to shelter. Precision defense means reduced exposure. For families, that difference is measured in survival and peace of mind. For leaders, the responsibility is heavier. They must weigh speed against control, automation against restraint, efficiency against global stability. In the end, Israel's latest military breakthrough does not shock the world because it is loud. It shocks the world because it redefines what quiet power now looks like. Invisible networks, machines, speed awareness, predictive defense, integrated response across every domain. The future of warfare will not always be announced by explosions. Sometimes it will arrive through code updates and silent sensor upgrades. And the world is only beginning to understand what that truly means.